The class of '98 hold their reunion at Queen's University, Belfast, the men and women who made peace. A day to celebrate the dramatic reduction in violence the Good Friday Agreement brought to Northern Ireland. But what else? The devolved government that was an essential component of the agreement has not functioned in over a year.
We live in the real world.
One key player insisted peace is not at risk.
The institutions will be back in place. The Good Friday Agreement remains the accord which is going to guide politics in this island and arrangements in this island and relationships in this island into the foreseeable future. So I think the future is very bright.
From the opposite side of Northern Ireland's divide, another key player said Britain's withdrawal from the EU should not damage the agreement.
Brexit is one thing. The agreement, completely different. There is no interaction between them at all. But what is happening at the moment is some people are trying to use Brexit to undermine the agreement. And I hope that they are unsuccessful in doing so.
Later, the chief negotiator from the United States, Senator George Mitchell, and former President Bill Clinton were honoured with the freedom of Belfast.
I will always be grateful that I came to Belfast when peace had been made, but the city was still troubled. When wise and good and decent people had to actually make a decision to do the right thing, to be the right sort of person, to give children the right sort of future. It was a fortunate wind that blew me here.
One of the lessons of the Good Friday Agreement was that outside pressure was needed to bring peace to Northern Ireland. And that's what's been celebrated here today. Many people in Northern Ireland today feel that that outside pressure, that outside engagement is no longer there. And that brings new risks. It was a time when, as the Irish poet Seamus Heaney wrote, hope and history rhymed, an elusive harmony that can never be taken for granted. Barnaby, Phillips, Al Jazeera, Belfast.